When a woman starts to distance herself from you, most men make the same fatal mistake. They panic. They chase harder. They start sending double texts, calling late at night, begging for her attention, like a starving man waiting for scraps. And in that moment, without even realizing it, they kill all attraction, because nothing repels a woman faster than the scent of neediness. You see, distance isn't always rejection. Many times it's a test of your strength, your patience, your self-respect. And most men fail because they react emotionally instead of standing firm. But here's the truth. Nobody tells you. When she ignores you, that's not the time to explain yourself or prove your worth. That's the time to show her that you already know your worth. Imagine this. You've been giving her attention, effort, energy. Then suddenly she goes cold. No replies, no calls, no affection. Do you chase? And in that panic, they grab their phone, send long texts, call again and again, stalk hair in line, anything to try and fix what's slipping. But here's the truth. Most men don't want to hear. Chasing harder doesn't fix the problem. It makes it worse. The more you reach, the more she retreats. The more you explain, the less she respects. Silence, on the other hand, does something powerful. It breaks the cycle of desperation. Imagine this. You've been talking to a woman for weeks. Things seem smooth, and then suddenly her texts slow down. She cancels plans. She says she's busy. Most guys would respond by bombarding her with attention. But a man in his frame, he steps back. No reaction, no chase, just silence. That silence isn't anger, it's control. It says, I don't beg for time. I protect mine. On of most men is panic. They start thinking, what did I do wrong? And in that panic, they grab their phone, send long texts, call again and again, stalk her online, anything to try and fix what's slipping. But here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Chasing harder doesn't fix the problem. It makes it worse. The more you reach, the more she retreats. The more you explain, the less she respects. Silence, on the other hand, does something powerful. It breaks the cycle of desperation. Imagine this. You've been talking to a woman for weeks. Things seem smooth, and then suddenly her texts slow down. She cancels plans. She says she's busy. Most guys would respond by bombarding her with attention. But a man in his frame, he steps back. No reaction. No chase. Just silence. That silence isn't anger. It's control. It says, I don't beg for time. I protect mine. Most men can't sit with silence. They feel it like a weight in their chest. But here's where the discipline comes in. Silence isn't empty. It's full of meaning. It gives her space to notice your absence, to feel the contrast. Because until you go quiet, she never realizes what she's missing. You have to understand attraction isn't logical. She doesn't miss you because you wrote the perfect text. She misses you because there's a sudden void where your energy used to be. That's the power of silence. But don't just sit on your bed scrolling through her Instagram while you're being silent. That's fake silence. Real silence is busy silence. It means you disappear from her world and reappear in your own. Hit the gym, work harder, dress sharper, reconnect with friends, talk to new people. Let your silence be loud. Not because you're posting selfies to bait her, but because your life is moving without her input. She'll test you. Maybe a random hey after days, maybe a vague post to see if you'll bite. Don't fall for it. Keep the frame. Respond late. Respond short. Or sometimes don't respond at all. The key isn't to punish her. It's to show her that your attention is valuable, that you're not on standby like a doormat waiting for scraps. Here's the secret. Silence forces her to face herself. She starts asking, why isn't he chasing me? Why isn't he begging like the others? That question plants doubt in her mind, and doubt is the seed of attraction. Most women are used to men crumbling under silence. When you don't, you stand out, you flip the script. So go completely silent, not out of bitterness, but out of strength. Let her wonder. Let her miss. Let her come to you on your terms. If she doesn't, fine. You're already better for it. If she does, she'll come back with respect. 2. Stop putting her first. Here's the mistake most men make. When a woman pulls back, they double down. They make her the center of their world. Every thought, every plan, every mood starts revolving around her. That's the fastest way to lose her respect. Women don't want to be ripped like goddesses while you neglect yourself. They want to feel like they've entered the life of a man who already has purpose. Let's put it this way. If your entire day rises and falls on whether she texts you, you've lost before the game even started because she'll sense it. Women can smell when a man's value is wrapped around them, and once she knows you've made her your whole mission, she starts pulling away. Not because she hates you, but because you stopped being attractive. Picture a king building his empire. His days are filled with battles, trade, alliances, strategy. If a queen walks in, she's welcome, but she's not the empire itself. The moment the king drops his sword and crowns her as the mission, he ceases to be a king. That's what happens when you put her first. So when she ignores you, that's your signal to shift back into alignment. Stop centering here. Center yourself, your gym routine, your work projects, your skills, your peace, your friends. Women respect a man who treats himself like a king because that signals strength. A man who abandons his throne to run after a woman that signals weakness. And here's the funny part. When you stop putting her first, you actually become more attractive. Why? Because now she has to work to be part of your life. She sees you living, building, growing, and she realizes she's not the priority. That discomfort makes her curious. She wants back in. But don't do it for her reaction. Do it for yourself. Start small. Take control of your mornings. Don't check your phone for her text first thing. Hit the gym before you reply. Finish your work before you scroll. When she notices the change, don't explain. Just let your new energy speak. She might try to test you again. Maybe she'll throw a half-hearted message. Miss me yet? Don't fold. Respond with calm. Be polite but not needy. Interested but not invested. If she wants to come back, she has to step into your world, not drag you into hers. This is the lesson. A woman who feels she's your entire world loses respect. A woman who sees you treating yourself as the center starts respecting you again. So stop putting her first. Place yourself at the core. Build your mission. Build your life. She's not the main character, you are. And once you truly believe that her distance no longer bothers you because you know with or without her, your life keeps moving forward. 3. Build your value. When she distances herself, don't waste hours trying to decode her silence like it's some riddle. Don't call your friends asking what she meant by busy. Don't sit staring at your phone, waiting for a reply that may never come. That energy is wasted. Instead, you need to flip the script. Take that same energy and put it back into you. Build your value, because the truth is, when she's pulling back, what she's really testing is your foundation. She's silently asking, is this man solid or does he crumble the second I take a step back? Most men fail that test. They crumble. They start obsessing. They stop focusing on themselves. They hand their power away. But if you want to be different, this is the time to rise. Start with your body. Go back to the gym. Not once a week when you feel like it. Every day with discipline. Push your limits. Sweat out the frustration. Because when you're stronger physically, you feel stronger mentally. Discipline in the gym translates to discipline in life. Then focus on your work. That project you've been putting off, finish it. That business idea, start it. That promotion you've been eyeing, earn it. Because a man who is grinding on his purpose never feels empty. He doesn't need a woman's attention to feel alive. His work gives him energy. His mission gives him power. Upgrade your skills. Learn something that makes you sharper. Take a course, read a book. Practice a craft. It's not about showing off. It's about becoming a man with depth. Women are drawn to men who are constantly growing, not stuck in the same place waiting for validation. And don't forget your circle. Surround yourself with men who hold you accountable, not friends who encourage you to sit around sulking. Go where people challenge you to level up. Build connections that inspire you. A man is only as strong as the company he keeps. Here's the key. When you build your value, you stop making her the prize. You become the prize. She pulled away. Fine. You now have more time to sharpen yourself. You're not sitting in sadness. You're upgrading your entire life. And here's what usually happens. She notices. Even if she doesn't say a word, she feels it. Women are emotional. They sense shifts in energy. She'll compare the old version of you to the one that doesn't flinch at her distance, and that contrast will haunt her. But don't build for her reaction. Build because you owe it to yourself. A man who builds his value never loses. If she comes back, she's stepping into a stronger version of you. If she doesn't, you're already ahead. Either way, you win. So stop wasting energy begging for her time. Redirect it. Build your body, your mind, your mission, your circle. Become the man who doesn't need to chase. That's the man she remembers. That's the man who wins. 4. Let her feel your absence. Here's what most men don't get. Presence isn't what makes her miss you. Absence does. You don't remind her of your worth by showing up everywhere. You remind her by pulling back so she fills the gap. Most guys, when a woman ignores them, go into overdrive. They comment on her posts. They view every story. They like every picture just to show they're still there. That doesn't pull her closer. It pushes her further. She thinks, this man has no life outside of me. That kills attraction. Instead, disappear with dignity. Let her feel your absence like a void. Stop liking her photos. Stop watching her stories. Stop dropping those just checking in texts. She needs to realize you're not in standby. That realization only comes when the constant flow of your attention suddenly dries up. And trust me, women notice. They always notice. But absence alone isn't enough. It has to be paired with progress. Don't vanish into darkness. Vanish into growth. While she's wondering where you went, you're out there stacking wins. You're sharper. You're fitter. You're busier. You're living. That's what makes the absence powerful. It's not emptiness. It's transformation. Think about it. If you keep showing up after she stepped back, she never has the chance to question her decision. But when you pull away now, she has to sit with her thoughts. She has to wonder, did I lose him? Is he moving on? Has he replaced me? That curiosity eats at her far more than your needy texts ever could. This doesn't mean you do it as a game. Don't fake it. Don't vanish just to bait her into chasing. Do it because you're not about to force yourself into someone's life. You're not a salesman begging for a buyer. You're a man with standards. If she walks, she walks. And if she wants to come back, she'll come back to a man who didn't crumble. Absence also reveals something important you. It shows you if you're truly independent or secretly addicted to her validation. Can you sit in silence without breaking? Can you live your life fully without her voice in your ear? That's the real test. Because the moment you master your own need for her presence, you gain the power. She can't manipulate, so let her feel your absence. Don't announce it, don't brag. Just move, go ghost. But not like a boy sulking. Ghost like a man on a mission. Let the silence speak louder than any words. And when she feels it, she'll come back with respect. Or not at all. Either way, you've proven something priceless. Your life doesn't pause for anyone. 5. Don't react. Respond with strength. Here's where most men lose their frame. They react. She doesn't reply. They text again. She posts something vague. They comment. She says she needs space. They beg for answers. That's reaction. It's emotional, impulsive, and weak. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who can't control himself. Responding is different. Responding is calm, measured, strong. It's not about ignoring your emotions. It's about mastering them. Let's be real. When a woman distances herself, it stings. You feel it in your chest. But strength isn't pretending you don't feel it. Strength is choosing not to let it dictate your actions. Imagine she pulls back and posts some cryptic story clearly meant to get your attention. A reactive man swipes up, asks questions, begs for clarity. A man who responds with strength. He doesn't take the bait. He stays focused. He doesn't let her games move him. That difference is everything. Women test men. They want to see if you'll break under pressure. If you react emotionally, they know they can control you. If you stay calm, they respect you. That calmness is rare. It makes you magnetic because most men can't handle uncertainty. They explode. They overexcellent. They fold. You won't. So, how do you respond with strength? By living in your lane. When she distances, you do. You down on yourself. Early mornings, harder training, smarter work, new skills. When emotions rise, you channel them into discipline. You don't waste them on begging. You invest them in growth. And when you do communicate, you're short, clear, and steady. No says, no, please don't leave. Just controlled words that show you value yourself. I respect your space. I'm focused on me. That's enough. It says you're not here to force anything. You're here to stand firm. Don't badmouth her to friends. Don't rant in line. Keep your dignity. When people ask, just say, we're giving it space. That calm tone will carry. People will respect it. She'll respect it. Remember, reacting is what most men do. Responding with strength is what separates the boys from the men. Stay grounded. Stay calm. Let her see that your self-worth doesn't rise or fall with her mood. That steadiness is what women crave deep down. A man who doesn't get blown around by every storm. So don't react. Respond with strength, your silence, your calm, your discipline. That's what speaks louder than any desperate text ever could. 6. Be ready to walk away forever. This is the final step, and it's the hardest. Be ready to walk away forever. Not as a tactic, not as a bluff, as a real decision. Most men pretend they've let go, but deep down, they're still checking her stories, still hoping for a text, still waiting for her to come back. That's not freedom. That's slavery. You're still chained to her. Real strength is when you can let go with no hate, no begging, no secret hope. You hold the door open, but you don't stand there waiting. If she wants to leave, let her. You don't chase what's walking away. You don't plead for a seat at someone else's table. You move on. Walking away doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care about yourself more. You respect your peace over her mixed signals. You choose clarity over confusion. And when you truly let go, she feels it. Not the fake kind where you ignore her but still stalk her online. The real kind where your life keeps moving forward without they start asking, how did he get over mess so fast? But the truth is, it wasn't fast. It was necessary. You walk through their shadow, haunting it. That's when the he pain stood tall and refused to break. That makes you unforgettable. Being ready to walk away also means if she ever does come back, you don't just open the door instantly. You evaluate. You check if she's changed. You see if her actions match her words. You make her earn her place again because you're not the same man she left. You've grown, you've built. You've leveled up. And you don't hand that progress over easily. Here's the truth. The man who is willing to lose, anyone will never lose himself. That's the highest form of power. Women chase that energy because it's unshakable. It can't be manipulated. It can't be guilt-tripped. It just is. So, be ready to walk away forever. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Because at the end of the day, anyone who truly wants to stay in your life will never make you question your worth. And anyone who does, you let them go without fear, without regret. That's the frame of a real man. When she distances herself and ignores you, don't crumble. Don't chase. Don't explain. Instead, gosselent. Stop putting her first. Build your value. Let her feel your absence. Respond with strength and always be ready to walk away forever. That's how you protect your self-respect. That's how you hold your masculine frame. If this video spoke to you, hit subscribe to my channel. Like this video and comment below. I keep my frame. Share this with a brother who needs it. And remember, losing a woman never breaks you. It reveals you.